everyone, my name is AravaVT, and I am here today to tell you about my experience with Space Marines 2. Up front, I am not huge into the Warhammer 40k universe. I know some auxiliary things about it, but I am by no means a super Warhammer nerd. I know the basics, I know a couple of the armies, but I will say, for not knowing Warhammer and Warhammer lore, this game does a fantastic job of storytelling, and the campaign itself is really, really fun. This campaign lasts about 9 hours, so if you're interested in this game just for the campaign and you're not really planning on playing it with friends or co-op, I would honestly personally recommend holding off on buying it until it's on sale, because like I said, the campaign itself and even the double side missions only last about 12 to 13 hours of the game, which for the $60 price tag is pretty steep. That being said, you're going to want to do the PvP. You really want to do the extra PvE. That's where you get your different Marine classes. You'll be able to be like a sword and board. You can be a sniper. You can be stealth. There's like a whole bunch of different options on how to play and with different loadouts. So the actual customization of your character type gets into play in after the campaign. During the campaign, you are the basic Space Marine, and they kind of shoehorn your loadouts of what you can do. But once you get past the campaign, you get cooler abilities that vary depending upon the classes that you choose to play. As far as the gameplay goes, I struggled a little bit, just a little bit in the tutorial. I died a lot. I mean, a lot. I died a lot in the tutorial. Learning the controls was a stiff learning curve for me. I haven't really played very many counter combat games before, so it took a little bit getting used to for the hair trigger counters, but once you learned how to do that and once you keybind things to make it more comfortable for you, the game itself is actually really enjoyable and the combat system is hella fun to play. So I really do recommend picking up this game if you plan to put some hours into it and really enjoy the content beyond the campaign. That being said, the campaign is fantastic. The environments in this game are crazy detailed, and you really feel like you are in the Warhammer universe. There's lots of side dialogue between some of the characters. There's some really, really cool stuff that's hidden away. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's a fantastic game. And if you are really into Warhammer, obviously, you probably already have the game and you were just like, yes, you know, oh, I agree with all. Yes, this game is fantastic, especially if you were into the Warhammer universe itself. You really get the experience of being in it, and it feels really, really good. As far as the gameplay goes, it's very smooth. This is one of the best games I have personally played on launch, okay? There were very, very few issues, basically none in the campaign. I did have one time where my game like just force quit and died, but I sometimes attribute to things like that to the fact that I stream and have a model on at the same time. It does tend to interfere with my programs occasionally, so I don't really put that on this developer per se. This is probably more of my own personal PC issue. But other than that one instance, like I said, the entire campaign ran really smooth. I was running this on ultra graphics. It was a really smooth run, and it was really, I'm gushing. It's really, really good. And then after the campaign, naturally, we did do some of the extra PvE missions. We could not get the PvP to work because of the server issues that they were having. So that was another technical issue, which hopefully by Monday will be resolved for everybody. I don't know if it was a crossplay issue per se, or if it was just, you know, too many people on. I'm not really sure what their issues were, but they did have a patch for it already. So hopefully those are going to be resolved by the time you get to this part in the game. That being said, if you just got the game on Monday and your friends have had the game since Friday, don't worry. Once you get past the prologue, you can go ahead and already do co-op on the PvE missions that are not related to the campaign. And those missions don't really spoil the campaign for you either, because you're not replaying story missions, you're redoing side missions. So you won't have done these in the campaign to begin with, and they don't really spoil much as far as the overall story. So you can jump in with your friends immediately and not really worry about that, and play the campaign on your own time. As far as the difficulty levels go, there are 4 different levels of difficulty in this game. I personally played through on the 3rd hardest difficulty. Not the super hardcore. Once again, this is one of my first times playing this kind of game, and I wanted to get through it a little. I didn't want to suffer too much, but it was really fun and definitely challenging. Mega challenging in some parts were a little bit easier, but overall I think the level of difficulty was pretty appropriate for the game, and I truly did enjoy myself and felt like I was significantly challenged. So my recommendation is definitely pick up this game if you plan on playing the PvE and PvP with friends. If you really just want this game for the campaign, I do suggest holding off until it is on sale, because it is a pretty steep price tag for technically only 9 hours of the campaign. I'm really excited to see where this game is going to go in the future and see what other seasons and stuff and additions they will add to this game. The Warhammer universe is one of the largest stories out there, so I'm really interested to see if they decide to expand on this particular game with its initial success, or if they plan on doing a more of a sequel type. Personally, I hope that they expand into this game and potentially even make different factions available, different armies available for you to play instead of just the Space Marines. But it is a fantastic game. Once you get beyond the initial campaign, there is tons of customization for your character. There are different armor sets. There are plenty of colors to choose from. Just like how they did in Vermintide, even if it was kind of an obscure faction, they have included, I believe, all of the Marine factions in here for you to choose from their colors and their heraldry. So if you have an obscure Space Marine that is your favorite, odds are it's probably in this game, and you will be able to represent your most favorite faction in PvP and in the PvE environment. So those are just my initial thoughts of the game. Like I said, I really didn't want to go too far into the story. I want you guys to enjoy the campaign if you have not had a chance to play it yet. So I look forward to playing this game more, and I will give you guys more details. I do hope to work on some PvP builds. Personally, I am really excited for the PvP aspect of it. I am very competitive and I get mega salty, so I'm going to be really excited because this game can indeed make you mega salty. But I hope that you guys really enjoy this game as much as I do, and I do look forward to seeing you all on the battlefield.